Keep the cat in the bag until I release it. Yeah? Great.
We're looking for the fountain of youth.
What did I just say about the cat in the bag?
What's going on, ScreenRant? It's Liam Crowley here at the Museum of Natural History for the world premiere of Fountain of Youth. We're talking with John Krasinski, we're talking with Domhnall Gleeson, we're talking with the whole cast, crew, creatives behind this new, epic, authentic adventure movie. Let's get started. You said one of the reasons you wanted to take this project, one reason was your kids, to make sure you made a film that they could enjoy, but another reason was getting to work with Guy Ritchie, because you are a director now yourself.
100%.
Did you get to learn anything from him, any nuances that, you know, on set you didn't pick up as a director before working with someone like Guy?
I mean, the thing about Guy is I would steal everything from Guy if I could. I'm one of the biggest fans of his. I think he changed cinema when he came out with Lock, Stock, and Snatch, and he's just been something that I think has really shifted how we all make movies. But I think for me, it's his attitude on set. He has the most positive, amazing set. He stays calm under pressure the entire time. And it's a really good learning lesson that as stressful as everything gets, we're still just making movies. It's still a really fun gig.
I love that message. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Only one quick question. Go Sox.
Thank you. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, Mr. Gleeson, you play a character, Owen, in this movie who has unlimited resources. You know, his wealth kind of gets him in and out of every situation. How do you set limitations on yourself to make sure that character can still, you know, feel human at the end of the day and can't just buy his way in or out of every problem he's in?
I think that was Guy's big note when I talked with him. Was like, originally it was written American. It was written incredibly well by James Vanderbilt, but I think he wanted to make him feel a little bit more relatable early on, so that we could continue to learn new things about him as the film progressed. And so just taking it closer to home, not basing it on anybody else, just trying to imagine the man from the ground up instead of basing him on anybody else. That was kind of the way to do that, I think.
That's lovely. I got teary-eyed in this movie for a very random reason. Whenever your character addresses Natalie Portman's character, her name is Charlotte. And the last time I saw you address someone as Charlotte was in my favorite movie of all time, About Time. That film is so special to me. It reshaped the way I approach my days, what I think about the concept of love. That whole film, you know, 10 years old at this point.
It has to be, yeah.
How does it feel to have a film that's so contemporary in your catalog that continues to age like fine wine and find new audiences to this day?
It's amazing, like, is the answer. We made the film and it did really well when it came out. You know, like, loads and loads of people saw it. It made lots of money, all that sort of stuff. The reviews were okay, not amazing, were okay. People come up to me every day about that film, and more people come up to me the longer that goes on. It seems to have made a real difference to people's lives. It's made a big difference to my life. And so I am honored to be in it. And I'm very, very glad for Richard Curtis.
Very much so. A true honor. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice question.
Thank you. You get to work with John Krasinski quite a bit in this film. That library fight sequence was insane. Can you walk me through what it was like to shoot it on that day? And how much of it did you do yourself?
I did it all.
Wow, what?
Yeah, I did it all. I did everything you watch is me, and even like the hanging upside down is me. I really wanted to, you know, challenge myself and do something that I'd never done before, because for some reason people think I've done a lot of action. I have not. This is really like the first film that I've done like full on action, and it was surreal to be in Vienna and this library that is iconic and just so historically important, and now we're on this incredible location, and so I felt a lot of respect for the place, and John was an amazing partner in the whole thing.
Amazing. I'll wrap with this. You worked with Guy Ritchie on The Ministry of Unjudgmentally Warfare, now this film, and then you got In the Gray coming out very soon. Yeah. This year, next year?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll keep it quiet. Either way, do you feel like you found your guy, for lack of a better term? Is this your go-to director?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just so honored that he keeps calling me. I remember when he was planning this movie, we were filming In the Gray, and we were sitting all there, Jake, Henry, and I, in the Winnebago, and we're always in the Winnebago with him. And we were like throwing up names. We're like, okay, what about her? What about her? And we kept saying names for this role because I knew about it. And I was like, she would be great. He would be great. And when the call came in, I was so confused. I was like, wait, are you sure? I genuinely was confused. I didn't think it was for me. I said, maybe it's something else because we discussed something else. And they're like, no, he wants you for this. And it was just incredible. We were coming off the strike and we were able to travel around the world. So we were just really grateful that we were able to give a crew work and people to be able to work in the middle of such a complicated moment in history for cinema, and we just had an amazing time.
Very much so. It was amazing to watch. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Laz, this is such a cool project because you guys got to shoot on location quite a bit, and that third act in Egypt must have been insane. Can you walk me through what some of those days were like?
Yeah, man. I mean, from getting lost trying to find the market in Egypt and ending up in a back alley with a bunch of, like a wet market, to taking a selfie with a camel and then having the camel driver tell me to sit on it. Just sit on it, it's okay. And then once I sit on it, he tells the camel to stand up and then won't let me off the camel unless I give him some money. So that was how Egypt welcomed me. And it changed my entire framework for how I need to play this character. Because I realized, like, all right, whenever you leave that hotel, you have to have your head on a swivel and really like take in the environment, take in where you are, engage, talk to people, but get the information that you need to get first. So after that, like, if somebody went to hand me something, I'm like, wait a minute, how much does it cost? Let me know. No, it's okay, you know? But yeah, man, I mean, traveling it changes your perspective on things. And for us as an artist, it really informs your work.
Very much so. You're no stranger to working on a team. Obviously, you worked with Guuy and Butcher and all those guys and the boys. But that's such a comedic project. This time around, you're playing a quite more serious character. Can you kind of talk to me about how working on the boys has influenced how you approach working with an ensemble and what it's like to kind of mesh with different genres effectively, not have the crude humor this time around and be all serious action adventure?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's about figuring out what exactly is my role and how do I push the story forward, whether it's verbal or not, because it doesn't always have to be verbal for it to still be on the page and people to receive it. And my character was part of John Krasinski's character's dad's crew. So I knew that when my character would be brought into this group, it was to bring a certain presence that his dad could no longer bring by not being there. So there was a certain seriousness that I took on because I realized that in many ways, you know, when he's bumping heads with Natalie's character, I'm a surrogate father to this guy. You know, I probably saw him grow up. I probably taught him a few things, how to shoot a gun when he was a kid. And so like now that we're like doing this thing again, this art theft thing again, you know, I wanted to show that relationship. And I think it played pretty well.
That's cool, because now I'm going to rewatch it at the premiere with that lens, and it's going to change everything. I'll wrap with this. You obviously wrapped The Boys season 5 recently, if I'm not mistaken. Still working on it?
I'm on a plane at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I had Jack Quaid on my show Coffee Chats 2 months ago, and he was still working on it back then. So this is a long production.
Oh yeah, we're going to be shooting well into July. And I mean, we're working now on like episode 7. So we're almost at the end. Out of 8.
Okay.
So we're bittersweet. It is bittersweet. I mean, we're still getting our butts kicked, so it doesn't feel bittersweet yet. It'll feel bittersweet when we start getting closer to the end. But you know, we love what we do. We love our crew. We love our group, and we're gonna finish this thing off strong.
Amazing. Can't wait to talk more about it in depth. Appreciate you, Laz. Thank you for your time. Benjamin, I was going through your IMDb before I got here today. You've worked on Napoleon and now this film. What's it like to work on these just giant scale sets? How does that impact your performance as an actor?
So amazing, so surreal, and it's awesome to be here.
Very cool. Apple TV, you worked with them twice now, like I said, on Napoleon and on Fountain of Youth. What has that partnership been like to you?
I mean, it's such a big difference as Ridley Scott and Guy Ritchie. They're so different as Guy Ritchie changed the script a lot and it's so fast paced. And it's been incredible, and I'm so happy that it's turned out really good. So yeah.
You got quite the couple of scene partners in this film. You spent a lot of time with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman. What did you learn from them as actors? How did they impact your performance and what you'll take from this film going forward?
I think just to make my own choices as an actor, as they told me to, not just the director, but just to make my own choices, and as I'm the actor, to make my own choices.
I was reading that your co-producer Trip, there was a story about a shark that helped inspire this particular story. Can you kind of walk me through how that 600-year-old shark helped bring Fountain of Youth to life?
So Trip came to, I've known Trip forever, and we did Ready or Not together, we did murder mystery movies together on Netflix, and Trip came to me and he goes, I want to do a movie about the Fountain of Youth. And I was like, great. And he's like, I don't have much. And I'm like, great. What do you have? And he goes, it should be about the Fountain of Youth, and here's some pictures of a giant shark that could exist somewhere in the world. What if this shark I'm like, how is it involved in the Fountain of Youth? He goes, I don't know. So I was like, interesting. I'm not sure what we do with that. And we kept talking about it, and I finally came up with a pitch, which does not have a shark in it. The 600-foot shark can be maybe saved for future versions of Fountain of Youth. But yeah, so he was the inspiration for it, and I was lucky enough that he let me run with it as a story.
Yeah, maybe we get the Megalodon in the sequel. That could be fun.
It could happen. I'll never say never.
This film pivoted, originally was in Dexter Fletcher's hands from a directorial standpoint. Guy Ritchie came on. How did Guy's vision shift from Dexter's? Was it a similar execution style, or did Guy put his own unique flavor on it?
I think Guy put his own unique flavor on it. I mean, Dexter's incredible. Guy's incredible. I mean, you work with any director, they have their own particular way of doing things and looking at things. And I think when I had a lovely time with Dexter, when Guy came on, he sort of supercharged it with a lot of different sort of ideas in terms of what the fountain really is, in terms of how the siblings deal with each other. And Guy's just so, he's so smart about genre too. He's worked in so many different genres. This is a new one for him, which I think is really exciting to sort of see him take on a family adventure film. But he took to it like a duck to water. Like, he just did such a great job with it. So,
I was going to say, very different from Mobland, which is streaming right now on Paramount, which is another thing he has his fingerprints on. I'll wrap with this. The ending of this film. We can talk spoilers here. We'll save it till after release. Benjamin says, I've got a couple ideas for where we could go in a sequel. I have plenty of my own ideas for where I would like this franchise to go, this kind of modern adventure story. What ideas are you cooking up?
I mean, listen, I have a lot of ideas and different things. There's so many great treasures and stories out there around the world. And I think what's wonderful about this movie for me is it's really about the characters and the family. And so I just want to see them go other places. I just want to live with them more, be with them more. And there's always more to discover.
I want to find the Colossus of Rhodes. That's my pitch.
There you go. Okay, I love the Colossus of Rhodes. You got that at the Library of Alexandria.
That was
you got the
Colossus of Rhodes, Library of Alexandria, and Atlantis as well.
Well, there's where there could be a giant shark.
That is true. I think I just gave you like a 4-film franchise.
I'm gonna need you to sign an NDA.
Okay, signing it here. James, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. All right, Mr. Myers, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I heard that this story originated through a pitch with one of your co-producers with a 600-year-old shark. Can you kind of walk me through how that helped spring the story?
I don't think I know that story.
Trip, your co-producer. Yeah, Trip. Apparently, there was like a shark that was 600 years old off the coast of Greenland, and he was like, that shark must have drank from the Fountain of Youth. What can we do with this? James was telling me all about it.
I did not hear that story.
James already answered that question, so
I like it. I like it. No, I mean, I think that, this is it's a classic idea, but the story is completely original. So, the Fountain of Youth is something that people have been looking for forever. And, I think we wanted to take an old theme, but put a modern take on it. So the film is set now. It's not set in the 30s. It's not set in the 20s. It's a film that has a contemporary setting, but it's an old-fashioned style of movie. Even the dress, the clothes, the kind of the themes feel like a movie you remember, but set in today's world.
Yeah, a lot of linen shirts. I love when linen shirts with the sleeves rolled up.
Guy Ritchie has a style. Just because Guy Ritchie has a style, and it's not surprising that a lot of his leading men come out wearing that style. That seems to be. I'm trying to channel Guy with a vest today.
That's why I did the tan.
He's not here, but it's hard to keep up. He's very good at formal casual.
Yes. Can we talk about how awesome it is to shoot on location? You guys got to travel the globe for this film. I could not. I have a pretty good radar when it comes to green screens. Like, I can kind of see through it. I couldn't see a single shot in this entire film.
There are a lot of visual effects. We spent a lot of time on it, but no, we
did a good job on it.
We went to Egypt for real, and and people ask why, and the answer is why not really, but the amount you get when you're pointing at the pyramids in every direction is amazing. Egypt, Thailand, Liverpool even was wonderful. Vienna and England. It was fun to be able to go to all these places. Hard to organize, but that's its own adventure. And I think the original script was set in India, but we changed it to Thailand because we thought we could get more scope there, basically. So it was great. It's great to travel the world for a film and, get paid to do it.
Yeah. I'll wrap with this. You said the word scope, which was a perfect segue to my final question. You have produced some of my favorite grand scale movies of all time, Interstellar, some of the Mission Impossible movies. How did your work on those films help give you a perception of what grand cinematic scope looks like for Fountain of Youth specifically?
All of these films, there's a similar idea, which is that we try to do in-camera work. So we don't do a lot of visual effects. We do a lot of stuff practically. That might be going to the pyramids. That might be blowing stuff up for real. That might be, doing stuff that is less digital, less post-production. So the idea of having a real helicopter, the idea of having, going out in the ocean and shooting real backgrounds, all of that stuff is to kind of get a tactile feeling. And, for me, that's what big movies are. Big movies are where you might not even know why it's a wider shot. You might not even know that it's on camera, but you don't feel it as fake. And as an audience member, you absorb that. And so, I really like big screen movies. That's the kind of world I come from. And this, for me, plays into that completely because that's exactly what we were doing. These aren't people who wanted to go into a studio and shoot against a green screen and do a couple of shots here or there. They were very much along for the ride of making it as big and wide and grand as it could be. So, that's the buzz. I love movies like that, and I love to be a part of them.
The biggest praise I can give this movie is it is an authentic adventure. I never felt like it was mailed in. From a scope standpoint, script standpoint, you guys crushed it. So again, thank you for your time. Congrats on a great film.